Hi guys, welcome to the wood shop. Today we're going to be talking about pliers wrenches. I got 11 of them out here. Some of them are from the same manufacturer, but we'll talk about those. I'm going to be ranking them in the top 3. And it may not be your top 3, but they're my top 3. So we'll look at some of the differences and why I like ones over the other ones. So now it's time, let's get into it. Any video comparing pliers wrenches has got to start with this one, the OG, the gold standard, the Knipex. Knipex was founded in 1882 in Kronenberg, Germany. They started out making one pair of pliers, one type. It was the farrier pliers for shoeing horses, and also they call them the carpenter pinchers. They still make them today. I use this all the time. It's got a little hammer function on it. Very good, and these are very reasonably priced. I'm gonna have a link for everything I show today in the description, so you can go down there and take a look at what they are, and if you want them, you could pick up a pair. But these were for shoeing horses and for pulling nails in wood. 1882. And then in 1994, somebody at Knipex invented the pliers wrench. Before that, of course, they had the water pump pliers. Now these pliers, Cobras, of course they have these have smooth jaws on the pliers wrench. These, of course, have serrated. But more than that, this is a 12-inch pair of Cobras. They were looking for something that kept a parallel jaw. As you can see, this one does not stay parallel. You can move it. So they were looking for something that had a parallel jaw. So that's where they came up with the pliers wrench. Smooth, so it acted like a regular wrench, and no matter where you put it and how it moves, the jaw always stays parallel. So this was a huge invention, and I tell you, there's a lot of companies that make these now, but you gotta give it to Knipex. I mean, they're the ones that came up with this function. Almost every one of them on the market we'll be looking at today has this same cam action that tightens down on the nut as you push down on the handles. This was a design by Knipex. Now, of course, the patent's over and everybody's making them and everybody's claiming they have the best one, but this is the OG. I mean, you can't beat these. This one is, as you can see, on one side you got the millimeter, the metric. On the other side you have the SAE. This just works by this push button here, pushes this out and it allows it to slide. This inside here has little teeth that get into these gears, engage into these gears, and they lock tight. This one goes up to 2 inches. Now this one is the chrome plated. They also make just regular forged plier wrenches. These are nice too. Sometimes they're a little sticky. I prefer the chrome over these, but I mean, as you wear these in, they become smooth as glass also. So I just prefer the chrome. All these are from Knipex, are made in Germany. So this is the 250 millimeter with the comfort grips. These are kind of the classic grips you get from Knipex. Red. It's got a little texture to them here. This is your classic grip. Also, they make them where they have these little slick grips if you prefer that. So there's 3 different types of grips we have here. I prefer, of course, the comfort grip. But if you got a bag, you're worried about size in your bag. I mean, these grips here are very small, very thin, easily fit in your bag. This is 180, it's 7 1/4 inch. This is probably the most useful size for me and what I do. These are both 180. And then I've got, in the chrome finish again, the 125. You can see there, it's in the chrome finish also. Perfect little size to fit in your pocket. And they make another one even smaller than this. I think it's the 100. It doesn't have any plastic grips on it, it's just full metal. I don't have that one, but a lot of people use that for EDC. You just carry it around in their pocket. So that's the Knipex. This is the Irwin vice grip. It's very rudimentary compared to the Knipex, but you can see same thing. They all use the same little cam here, same action. But I tell you, I was surprised at how smooth this was. It works very well. And this is the 10-inch also. Let's see, 10-inch. Yep, this is the 10-inch also. You know, I mean, it's a little bit rougher made. You could tell here the steel's not quite as robust as the Knipex is right in here. They have this same action like this, but then they make it solid down here where they just keep it. They just, even if you're, no matter where you're at, you still got a hollow area right here. So these are a little bit, of course, better made. But you know what? You pay probably 2 or 3 times for these Knipex than you do the Irwin. I have used these, I like them, and they work well. Next one we're going to be looking at is the Big Daddy. These are the Gedore 183, the VDE version. I saw these and I said, you know what, I was kind of intrigued with this handle because, man, and I just put out a short about these last night and I said, well, you got these in your hand, feels like you can bend a stainless steel, half-inch stainless steel bar. I mean, you got such good grip on here. These are well-made tools. As you can see, about the same amount of teeth, maybe even a little finer than the Knipex is on this Gedore. Weird thing is, when it's open like this, you can't push the button. Where with you can push the button wherever you want to in the Knipex. On this one, for some reason, this cam will not work if it's open. It has to be closed. You push the button and then you can move it out and do what you want to with it. But you can't push the button at all here. And then, you know, you got full range here. There's a little, instead of a gear, there's a bar here, and I guess the teeth are coming off on the side of that bar this way. But as you can see that bar, you press up, that bar comes out. You see the bar there? This bar right here comes out. Now, if you open it, this part of the wrench covers that bar in there and it won't open. So you have to wait until you get to there. Now you see that bar, now it'll come open. So that's what it is. It's a new design, I guess, that Gedore had, but it works fine as long as you know, make sure you keep it closed and go down. But these are very well made. The button here sticks out a little bit further than the Knipex does, as you can tell. It's about the same thickness, even though this solid part here goes down further than it does on the Knipex. Makes it a lot heavier. The only problem with these is, hey, you can't fit them in the tool bag. I mean, this is, to me, in my tool bag, this is destined to be in my toolbox, and that's fine. I need some in the, I always keep a lot in the toolbox anyway. So you just saw the toolbox where I took these out of. Same thing, it's got the cam here. It's got the exact same function. They do put a little bit different design on the head than the Knipex. You see this is full. They just cut out little grooves here to make it look different. But I'm telling you, this thing has got the exact same action as a Knipex. Nobody has invented anything that I know of that's different. What I like about these is just how heavy duty they feel. I mean, you can really crank and get some torque on this thing. And it's very smooth. This is a great pair. I like to try the Gedore with the regular handles. I don't know why I would ever need the VDE function, but if I do, I have them. And I'll use these for more than just an insulated pair of pliers. So that's the Gedore 183. These are the 5-inch. I have, this is, when I first bought the Hazet Advent Calendar, I think it was 2024 Advent Calendar, this came in it. This was the 5-inch. This is what, when I got this, I was like, man, I didn't even know Hazet made plier wrenches. And I started doing this, I was like, wow, that is smooth. Next on the list, and you've seen me, I've done a review on these before. This is the Hazet 762, 762-26. These are also made in Germany. A little bit different design here. Instead of the push button up here, you just have this lever here you push, and it is smooth as glass. I mean, it's going to be hard for somebody to knock this out of the #1 spot, but you know, you have to give it to Knipex being the originators. But I do like this. This is a 56 millimeter, so, and this one is a 52, I think. Yeah, 52. And this one's about a 1/4 inch more, you know, 2 1/4 there. Of course, you got your metric scale here on this side. Nothing on this side. But you can see, if you look inside here, on these, you can tell how this mechanism works. You see those gears there? When you press down on this, it pushes those gears back down, and you can slide it wherever you want to. As soon as you pick it up, they re-engage and they lock in. So I'm assuming that's probably in most of these pliers, is this one function right here. But I'm telling you, these Hazets are just smooth as glass. Now, you know what? There's a reason. They are very well made, and they cost almost twice as much as the Knipex. Not quite, but almost twice as much. These, of course, have the double dip handle. Starts out with this typical blue that Hazet uses, and then a double layer of this black. This black's got a nice little textile feel to it. Not as much, not as rough texture as the Knipex. A little bit smoother, but of course it's not as smooth as you know, like we talked about earlier, these smooth pliers. It's got a great grip, I tell you. I love this Hazet. Now Hazet makes a lot of tools that I don't like. I prefer other companies, but in the pliers wrench, to me, this one's at another level. 762-26. This one's made in Germany also. Next is one I just picked up. This is the NWS plier, made in Germany. It's the gripper, they call it, K2. These are all made in Germany. What I love about these NWS tools are the handle. I have 3 or 4 different sets of pliers, and they all have this same handle. And I tell you, I really like it. It's got the little place here for you can put your lanyard if you need it. I don't need that. In here, I'm assuming this is the same action as the Hazet, but you just can't see it. But they are very smooth. You can open these up just like the Knipex wherever you want to. This is that black anodized steel. It's got a nice smooth coating on it. Unlike this Knipex where it's a little texture. This NWS makes it a lot smoother here. Same exact function, of course. You know, this little cam here, same thing. They have a little gauge here. Millimeter from 5 to 25 millimeter there. Just a beautiful set of pliers. I tell you, these things, the reason I like these so much is they feel so good in the hand. And I tell you what, they just look, I mean, check that out. It looks like a bird here. Look, there's the eye. Now watch the, this is a velociraptor. Yeah, I tell you, I like these NWS. Very high quality tool. Of course, like I said, made in Germany. It's all, you can tell the about the same, refinement as a Knipex. Very smooth. There's no rough, nothing rough on these. They smooth everything out. Next up is the Gray Tools. Gray Tools is a company in Canada that was started around 1912. And they build different hand tools. They forge their tools. A lot of them in Canada, some of them overseas. This particular pliers wrench was made in Germany, so I'm assuming some German company made this for Gray, which I'm sure that's what happened. These are the B287B model. I was a little disappointed in these. If you could tell, I'm gonna put up the difference. This has got the chrome, just like the Knipex does. But I mean, there's just a level of refinement here that's not in here. I mean, you can tell this was forged, and like they skipped a step in the polishing and the refinement on these. Still work fairly well. This button sticks out a lot further than the Knipex does. But yeah, it works well. Still got the same cam, of course. This is the 180 7 1/4 version. Like I said, it's all chrome. I don't know what really more to say about that. They do have an SAE scale here and a metric scale on that side. And you know what though? These cost just as much or maybe a little more than the Knipex. So I was expecting to have a high quality made tool here. And I wanted to buy something from a North American company versus Germany. Not to mention China. But this one kind of let me down. I don't know if I'll be buying any more Gray Tools unless I get something from them that really wows me. So that's the Gray Tools B287B. Okay, next one. And this year, even Kobalt got into the plier wrench game during Christmas with their, at Lowe's, they had these on clearance. Not on clearance, they had them on their Christmas special for like $14.98. You got this and a pair of plier wrenches, not plier wrenches. You got this and a set of adjustable pliers, water pump pliers, same size, 5 inches. You know what? I mean, it's okay. There's a couple of times, in fact, I used this out in the garage the other day, and there was a couple of times that it was hard. It kind of caught up. I couldn't get it to catch, but I oiled it up, and I'm sure as you use it, it'll work fine. I mean, there's not much here. It's just a typical pliers wrench. Everybody has this same type of cam like we talked about, but that's the Kobalt. Okay, let's get into my number one. Number one has got to be the Hazet. I'm telling you, it's hard to go against the OG, the Knipex, but this thing is just made on a different level. I've already put out one video about it versus the Knipex, and out of all of these, I really like this Hazet the best. Number one. Number two's got to be this one, the OG, the Knipex. Still a great plier. The only reason I don't like it as much as the other one is I like the action there. It's a little bit smoother to me. But these are very nice pliers. I like them in this grip, the comfort grip. You got your little kind of a soft textured rubber here, harder rubber up here, where you can really get some good grip on it. So Knipex number two. Number three's got to be the NWS. This thing is freaking awesome also. There's a little bit of difference in that. You can see how wide the teeth are here on this NWX and how fine they are here. So you get more settings with the Knipex and the Hazet. These are really wide teeth. But I have found, I worked on a couple of bolts outside with them the other day, and I didn't have a problem. I mean, it gets to where you need to go to where this cam will tighten up on it, It's just not as many settings as on these other ones. The reason I really like these are the handles. I tell you, I like these handles. For some reason, I like these that have the little notch up here where your hand don't slide down versus here, which, you know, you got to see where you want to put your hand. This one, it just guides it right to the same spot every time with that little notch here. So that's number 3, made in Germany, the NWS. Awesome plier wrench. And I tell you, this one might have been in the top 3 if I had a different handle on it. I really like this handle. You can't put it, to me, I can't put it in a tool bag. I'll keep it in my toolbox. But I mean, the fit and finish is good. The only thing, like I said, I don't like about it, and it keeps it out of the top 3, is if you have to have it open, you got to make sure you close it, then press a button, then you can open it. So that's it, folks. That's my top 1, 2, 3 plier wrenches. Hey, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. We're probably going to be doing some water pump pliers the same way. I'm starting to get some different brands in. We'll look at those next. And we will see you next week.